Okay, we are now in episode 73 of my 248k run on Ribbon World with a 10 times tech multiplier. Bit of a railgrid, bit of a Logibot mall, kind of stuff like that. It's pretty good. Bit of a build train. We're going to do some stuff with that later. Last time in the previous episode, we put together this star engine based green chips thing, which we're going to go and have a look at a bit. It's pretty good. It's like most of these are pretty much full up now, so we're not really running this very often, but we will when we start turning things on again. And I left like 2 trains over here. Not sure what that's doing. But no, we've now got 4 trains on green chips. And there's a bunch of other things to go and plug in even before getting to the plastic. And I realized that this is going to take us around several different parts of the basin, so this might be a good episode, even if we're not moving on to the next thing, because there's just a lot of different things to look at. And I think the first thing I'm going to look at is actually the build train, because I think I can take out some of these turbochargers and put in... Where would I put in the personal rubber ports? Here are personal rubber ports. I think I can put in personal rubber ports and maybe some batteries. Should we give it some batteries? I don't really want that many batteries. But I reckon we can use this train not just as a delivering stuff to grids, but I reckon we can also build from this train. If I can find out where I... Oh no, I can't. Okay. Does this tell me? Do these? Yeah, these sockets. So the grid size just doesn't take. The grid size doesn't take the roboports. The roboports don't go in the trains. Okay, so that was all a huge distraction. It doesn't actually work. May as well just go back to turbocharging. Okay, never mind. But we still want to do some more build stuff with this train. Like we want to take a bunch of rail. We want to take a bunch of poles. We want roboports, signal stuff, and you guys all want to go in here. I've got a lot of these things. Do I need all those things? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, have all of those. Have all of those. And then cliff explosives. Oh, and also landfill is one of the other things we've got to think about. Cliff explosives are in this one. Yeah, give me a decent number of cliff explosives. That's going to be fine. That's probably... I don't think that's enough advanced roboports. I do still have advanced roboports. Okay. You wander all the way out, like over here, and just hang there, thanks, because we're going to go and build some of that in a bit. Like, we've got a Spidertron over there. We do have to visit this for other stuff in relation to this green chips node as well, but there's a bunch of stuff to build over there. Yeah, and then we've got all these trains delivering stuff, which is fine. Other things to just kind of, yeah, zoom around and tack is this. Yeah, this old green chip station is now pretty much done. We've done the active provider chest to strip all the things we didn't want out of. Yeah, just to empty these chests out. The copper chests just ran through the build. So now we can just get rid of this whole build, because we don't need this, because we've now got big green chips at the other side of the base. This is going to get rid of some power poles. We can get rid of all of these as well. We don't want to delete these chests yet. The idea is we'll just put these... In fact, we can get rid of this. But we'll just put these on a train somewhere when a train needs green chips, and they'll just go through the rest of the system. Somewhere I have a lights blueprint that will put all of those power poles back, and also put some lamps around the place, which will be nice. So that's half of those green chips. And then... Oh yeah, next to these green chips are the research fuser things that are making all of our fusion tech, and we've got to go and do some stuff with this as well, and we've got a lot of fusion tech, which is going to be interesting to balance all of those, but never mind. And then, yeah, the old electric and energy injector way of doing protium before we got the thermochemical separators for the star range, but never mind, we'll swing back to that at the moment as well. It's quite a large base, bunch of stuff going on. Where is the other green chips build? Because we want to, is it this here? Because this is in, yeah, this is in the same situation. We want to active provider these boxes so that Logibots will help us move all of those materials we don't want out of this node, because we don't want this anymore, because we've got better green chips elsewhere. And this is also going to save us a bunch of tier 2 beacons, because we are still somewhat constrained by, and then these guys can also go, we are still somewhat constrained by beacon count. Like we're taking all these beacons out, we're putting in the much better tier 3 beacons, but we still don't have all that many beacons to play with, so recovering this kind of beacon capacity going to be a good thing. What were the other... Yeah, and then the other things that... Actually, let's check whether or not... I wonder if we can start doing this in parallel. How much... Where is the Spidertron? Here it is. Does the Spidertron have landfill? The Spidertron has 700 landfill. Okay, in that case, start wandering down... Is that going to work? It's not going to work, is it? We're going to have to go this way first. And then what did they leave in this train? Oh, that's what that train is for. That train is one of the reasons why we need to go back to revisit the star engine setup. But yeah, one of the things we're going to do is... I have this grid, which is a nice tiling grid, which is going to, yeah, put some of these roboports back. That's going to be an issue as well. But it also has all of the landfill underneath it at the same time. And this Spidertron doesn't have many bots, and also there's a lot of stuff in the bot queue because we just move things around. But you know, eventually building this grid out is another thing we're going to have to do more of. Not sure how it's going to... I did have plans for that. I have plans for a lot of these things. I'm not sure they're going to work out. Anyway, yeah, other things to go do include... Let's get a personal train in here. Let's get one of these personal trains that have all the turbochargers and stuff on them. One of the other things that happened somewhat between episodes, because I realized I needed it, is... Oh yeah, let's go and put all the power poles back over here as well with the lights blueprint. We'll get some more lights around the place as well. That'll be fine. Yeah, in the various other parts of my base, I added a bunch of beacons to these pump jacks because I wasn't really getting enough oil out, and now I am getting enough oil out, which is nice. We are still generally struggling for gas, even before we go and build all of the new petrochem for red chips, which I don't even think we're doing this at this point. But I realized I needed that other power pole there. That was one I missed. But then also this pump here, I think we get rid of this pump and we just use this as a train station, even though it's not even set up as a train station yet. So let's go and find one off. That one's not the right train station either, is it? I'm going to need this train station over here. Yeah, this is the train station I want. This is the train station of I have a lot of crude oil. This is a train station of bringing crude oil in from various other outposts, because we've got some of those as well. And it's play along the tracks a bit. And throw... Where does this go? Does it go here? It goes here. And so now we've got... Actually, we need to tie... to that. So if I've got more than 20k, so yeah, so now we can have trains collecting oil from here, and I hope this isn't too congested as a location with all the trains going. But this pump here fed crude oil back to... Where is the thing? It's not that far. It's down here. Yeah, this weird-looking build over here that spills over a grid, which is, you know, pretty silly. That's not a thing that we like. Turns out the build we're going to now, yeah, it feeds, it's like it's a physical pipe that leads to this pump here, which now doesn't have any crude oil in it, because you know, we just disconnected the other end. But this build over here, this weird linear thing, is one of I think it might be the last non-grid build in the space. And so, yeah, these are the original oil tanks when I was pumping the petrochem down from the pump jacks we were just looking at. And then somewhere over here, there's all this cracking, which is fine. There's trains that I'm going to try and not get hit by. There's a bunch of circuit conditions and pumps and things like this, and none of these matter, because at this point we are trying to just crack everything down and put it in these tanks, and we're not even doing a particularly great job of that. So I think what we're going to do is, what are these all? Yeah, these are all speed 3 prod mod 1. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to change all of those to prod mod 3s, because prod mod 3s are, of course, actually not that many, just this many. And then I think, okay, so we're still struggling for, okay, no, those are bots, not Dini things. Do I have, yeah, you just have another 50 bots. And we've already got bots free, so that's nice. And then I think what we're going to do is, do I have tier 3 beacons? Yes. Is there... Those two don't need to exist. And the thing I'm seeing is, there are in fact... Can I fit... I can't quite hit 4 refineries with this, which is a shame. I would like to be able to hit 4 refineries, but because they've got a gap between them because of how we've lined all that stuff up, that doesn't work. Oh well. We can still hit 3 refineries with this, which is completely fine, because we're not going to hit 3 refineries with this. We're going to hit 6 refineries with this. Actually, can we? Would this still hit 3 refineries if? Oh, there isn't actually a space to slide it into that gap. Okay, fine. I guess we're not doing that then. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. We're gonna hit a thing. We're gonna hit each refinery with a couple of beacons as well. Why? Oh, because where is this? Yeah, because I did speed 1s. I want speed 3s. Yeah, speed 3s to prod mod 3s, please. Just prod mod 3, all of that stuff, and then we are going to get. This is range 4, isn't it? So I would need, let's line up even more refineries on the other side, like so. And then we're going to get a lot more processing out of this, which is nice. That's one of the things we want. We can copy this over here a bunch. We don't need to go that way at all. We do need to power these beacons, as it turns out, as if that was a surprise, and then we also need to get more water in here, but I don't think we need all that much water in here, but I'm still going to get myself a decent supply of water. Which one is? This one is water. Yeah, we almost certainly don't need 2 offshore pumps worth of stuff there, and we also don't need... This lubricant is now doing nothing, isn't it? Yeah, so let's just... I mean, nothing else depends on this other than the train providing everything into these pipes. So I reckon we just start blasting and put this all back later. Is this... Yeah, this is... Yeah, all these things are just conditions I don't need. You also don't need to have any condition, and we're going to just do all of that again differently anyway. And we're running this down, so I guess we also need to pull in more crude. Can we get... So I do have a station that requests crude over here, and the question is... Will that fit in here, for example? And I think that will actually fit there, won't it? Are there other... Yeah, and we can do this... Okay, so the only place this train can get out is through there, which is not great. What if instead of that we put the station over here? Is that going to work? I think that's going to work. I don't think that's in the way of too many other things. But then we may have to redo all of these water pipes. Okay, so what if we did it over... The input side is here. Why don't we actually do it? We'll do it over here. Yeah, okay, sure. So I guess the situation I'm talking myself into is we're just close to the point where we can blast all of these things and be fine with it. Like, we can just get... We're almost at the point of running these down anyway, aren't we? Whatever. Yeah, let's just go and copy... We've got the water in here. We'll be able to get oil in pretty easily. And then we want just more of this stuff. And this will get us... Do I want another one here? Can I fit the... Oh no, I removed it from my paste buffer. Where is this oil station? Can we just... I could put it on this side, couldn't I? Could it fit in here? It could, if that was going to be all of the refineries I was going to build, which I think might be. Like, I think we get rid of this thing. We've got 4 beacons through the middle of this. These guys are now running at, yeah, crafting speed 3.5 with all of the productivity. I think that's going to be pretty fine. I think we're just going to start blasting. We're just going to get all these things out of the way. This... I don't think we need both of these fluid lines here, so we're just going to keep getting rid of some of these. And then if we just get rid of all of this stuff, like none of these are fluids or buildings I'm particularly attached to. And then even these are basically empty. Yeah, so we can just get rid of all of that as well. It's fine. Then all of this can go, and all of this. And the thing I'm wondering about now is, do I just pipe this back in here? I think that's going to be, like, it's not going to be a thing that feels particularly good. Oh, actually, I needed some of those for the water, didn't I? That was the water connection. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave... I think we're just going to leave most of this stuff here, where it already is, because that's fine, and this is kind of supposed to be a temporary hack anyway. Oh, can I get... Is that true? That's not true at all, because all of these things... None of these are really moduled or beaconed at all. So I think what we're doing is, yeah, we're going to do the same thing that we did previously, where... Okay, so we probably... Are these... Yeah, none of these guys have inputs at all. Yeah, so we want to get some beacons down the middle of the cracking so that this all goes nice and fast as well. Power grid is no longer a problem. We've got a lot of fusion stuff going on. So I reckon that... we move this station as well. We can move this station, like, over here somewhere. I have a blueprint of the little grid. Did I get rid of the little grid blueprint because I didn't need it anymore? I think the little grid blueprint is in a box somewhere, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, I guess we do it this way. It's a thing that feels kind of bad, not having the grid blueprints, but we could just, yeah, copy them from an adjacent cell. It'll be fine. Okay, so this is going to get us... So we'll rebuild cracking over here as well. Okay, so I guess we just go and do some of that. So this is going to be our light cracking. I don't even know how much of this I have or need or want. But where is... Yeah, so it's these... It's also just going to be... Yeah, I think we're just going to see if we can... Maybe this doesn't even go from there. I'm trying to figure out where I can have pumps to continue to manage this flow. That's not going to be great. I guess we move this over by 1. That's also not great, so I guess we move it over by 2. And then that's also not great, so I guess this one goes underground. Yeah, because the point here is, how can I combine... This is the light oil one. How can I combine the different parts to get the fluid to the place it needs to be? The gas is still also not coming out the same way, is it? That's fine. Okay. I'm pretty... I mean, not actively disappointed by that, sure. Yeah, I still don't think I'm getting... Okay, so I guess I'm not putting a train station here either, which feels pretty bad. This... I mean, I've already got 2 pumps on each of these. I think if we're moving the cracking, we don't even need this water here. This is not really what I wanted to be spending this much time on. In fact, let's go and give the bots something else to do while we're dealing with this, because the other thing about these labs, like, yeah, labs getting stuff done, that's fine. I actually kind of needed to be here myself, didn't I? Okay, we're gonna, yeah, be disappointed that a bunch of things are somewhat misarranged. Okay, let's just copy and paste in some stuff and get things working again and not really worry about it too much. We are going to have a crude oil station here. What is this? Oh, this is the old crude oil line that we don't need anymore because we're doing stuff with trains, so that's fine. This crude line out, actually, the thing that I'm now wondering about is, am I going to have fluid throughput issues here? Because we've got these middle two... Yeah, these middle two have speed of 3.5, 2.5, 1... Actually, so it's going to be 3.5, 6, 7.5 is what these 3 add up to. So what, a 7.5 times 4 is going to be about 30, so we're looking at having about... So this is still only 600 crude a second, so I don't mind being fluid... Like, I'm not going to get fluid bottlenecked there, so that means that we can just use 1 pump out, and we can just run this thing along here. We're going to have 1 in there, as it turns out, and then another, like, through here or something like that, so we can get some of this stuff processing again at fairly high rates. And then the other one is just in through here. Yeah, so that's going to get everyone running again once we actually connect these pipes. That's part of the deal. And then yeah, everyone is blocked on all of their materials because we haven't got them space out yet. Okay, fine. And then this station here, where is... Oh yeah, this is just a... It's connected to the pole. We just want to disconnect all of these things so that this station is still on. And then a train will turn up here, grab the last of this gas, and probably should have copied this beforehand. I see no issues to putting this train station here. I think I want to do the other version of this station, though. Like, there is another version of this that I've used elsewhere that has... Yeah, that fits 4... Yeah, that gets 4 of these things. Oh, and then you're... Yeah, this is unfortunate. You are not a real train station yet. You need to be disabled. You need to be disabled because you don't have enough gas. And then... Yeah, I've still got just a bunch of things needing to get the gas out, and then this train is also like going to be sad about the fact that it doesn't have stuff. Never mind. Okay, so now we can get rid of these, get rid of this. This part we're done with. This part we're done with. We are getting rid of the last of the old linear builds, which is pretty exciting. And then we needed... So this, yeah, now we can start putting gas in here, and we've got this space for cracking. We've got these water pipes that can continue through here and provide us with the water we need for cracking, which is nice. And then I think we just have to go and make most of this work, and I think we're going to have... Let's have different... Here, I guess, is where we're going? Sure, whatever. Yeah, we're going to have... If this one goes here, we're going to have different bits of the petrochems pump petrogas into different tanks, because why not? Okay, so now these guys are going to fill up these two pipes because we're not actually cracking anything yet. Do I want to run this... Yeah, it's gonna be kind of annoying to get it through there, isn't it? Whatever, never mind. Yeah, okay. Let's copy and paste in some... Yeah, we've got the crude, we've got not a lot of gas, which is also unsurprising, and then we want to go and basically copy this pattern in, or something like this pattern. How many of these do I need? Because I've said I've got about 30 of these, don't I? But then we're also beaconing things pretty hard. I reckon I'm going to take... But then also productivity bonuses. I hope this is not an issue of struggling to get a decent number of things in. Like if we start with some light cracking here, and then we also want a bunch of... Oh, we can have these beacons hit. Still only 4 things. Okay, fine. That's a thing that makes me a little bit sad, but never mind. That's also 4. That's also 4. So these are weirdly aligned, but in a way that I'm not actually super disappointed by, because, you know, whatever. Okay, let's grab 6 of the other side of these things, and figure, yeah, these, yeah, because these don't actually line up exactly, do they? These have to be offset so that the fluids match. But then the question is, are these things still, these are still hitting 4 each. So that's still fine. Okay, good. And then let's get these, let's upgrade all these modules. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of petrochem stuff happening, which is pretty good. That is indeed why we are here. I think we're just gonna repower all of these again, like so, which is a bit of a hack, but whatever. And then we can also just have, yeah, we're just gonna pump petrogas into whichever of these tanks we feel like, and just let the fluid tanks balance all of that. It'll be fine. So, where is... Here's one of the water pipes. Here's one of the other water pipes. So we're just going to run this one through... oh yeah, that's the wrong one. Yeah, it needs to go in here. Is where that goes. And then, because reasons, we need this, and then all of the light oil, which is actually this pump here, needs to end up in here. So this is also not fantastic layout, but whatever. Okay, so now we are... Like, we're not going to have interstitial tanks of light oil because we're getting that elsewhere. We're just going to crack all of the light oil we have, put it in these tanks, that's fine. Now we just have to worry about the heavy oil. Do I Do I even want more? Like, can I even fit? I can fit. Okay. So, okay. I guess we just beacon this harder is what we're going to do about it. This is a dumb pattern I'm not that happy with. So I think we're going to grab some but not all of this. And then realize we kind of need to put this in a different place. Okay, let's start by figuring out... Hits 4, hits 4... Yeah, so if these all hit 4, then we're just going to put another 4 beacons in the same place, and that's fine. Then this thing here can go... Actually, if we line these up as well, then all of these guys are also going to hit by all 4 beacons. So that's going to do everything it needs to as well, which is nice. This thing here is also just straight up the light oil. So I think we... Make sure we don't get hit by trains, but then we also just pump this through here as well. And then just hope we're processing enough of it, and if we're not processing enough of it, we just give it more of these beacons. So I'm happy with that as an outcome. This is the water. The other thing I wanted was... Yeah, rather than... We're going to do that. There's still space in here, that's fine. In fact, all of these, even if we find out that we're not cracking enough stuff, or even if we put more refineries or even more beacons in here, if we redo this... in fact, let's not bother with that. Let's still just put all of the gas in this side, because this means that it's going to be a whole lot easier later, if we ever want to just extend the cracking on this even further. Like as... Okay, so yeah, with... these two power poles don't even need to exist, do they? Yeah, so we have Factorio... Okay, so they kind of do need to exist, whatever. Yeah, this is now super easy to extend all of this if we decide... If we, you know, realize we do need more cracking, having not done any of the ratios for this at all. And then this... heavy oil... We're also just going to crack absolutely all of this. This... here to here, and then that's going to be the water connection, and then this is... Oh yeah, this is the power grid that we did separately anyway. So, whatever. Okay, so now we've got... Yeah, I think that's the last of... Okay, let's... Why you know work? You should be running now, and you've got gas. Oh yeah, this gas connection doesn't go anywhere. We should make that gas connection go somewhere. This one pumps in here. I think we just... I think all we do... There isn't really space... Yeah, I've not really left space to turn this at all, have I? So I guess we're just going straight through here, because why not? And if we go there, then we can get another one of these pumps in here. This... Oh no, that doesn't work. Okay, yeah, fine. We're just going to do the uninteresting thing of just pump this directly into this gas, which is also going to go in here, which is... You know, it's fine. And then we're going to get more gas out, and... Yeah, now all of these things are running. We've increased... Yeah, we've quite significantly increased the throughput of this build. All of this stuff can just go away. All of these things are not things we need anymore, and in fact I don't even want them, so we're just going to do this with house bots. All of these things are done. Old, ugly, unbeaconed cracking can go away. We've now got a bunch of nice high-tier beacon ProdMod 3 cracking, and then we could just come back and later and check on which of these products, if any, is backing up and add more of the appropriate cracking, and then we just got more gas coming out, which is a thing that we needed, and that took ages, but oh well. This is facing the wrong way. Okay, other things that I wanted to do in between. There are actually a bunch of them. One of the things that we are looking at intermittently is, like, we got a lot of research to do, because we've got a 10 times tech multiplier, and did we actually get this grid being built? Kind of. The Spidertron still just kind of needs to continue doing the things. And then I kind of was interested in knowing where the boundary of the next grid was. Why didn't... Oh, did this blueprint... No, the blueprint has a landfill under it. I just don't know why. Oh, I guess it wasn't... I didn't have line of sight on that blueprint at that time. Yeah, because we want to go and extend this grid as well, because we got some more stuff to build over there. The build train is over here with all the stuff we gave it. There's some things to go and look at over there as well. But one of the things that I wanted to do... I have these advanced robots, yes, is like this... This is not as many beacons in the middle of these labs as I wanted. Like, I think I had... When I was doing this with... I don't have any of the tier... I don't have any of the smaller tier beacons. Let's get some examples of the tier 2 beacons. Yeah, when I was thinking about doing this with the tier 2 beacons, these fit in here, and these were lined up so I could get 2 of these tier 2 beacons in. Now we're doing this with tier 3 beacons that are a bit wider, which means if I want to do the same thing of overlapping a lot of beacons with a lot of labs, I need a bit more lab space, which I can actually achieve if I just replace... So all of... Yeah, so first of all of these filter inserters are things that I don't think I need anymore, because these are pulling old tier 1 bots out and putting them in the network where the Logimall can upgrade them to new bots. And I don't think I need these at all. I think we can do this with, yeah, because now I've got space to move all the labs over, which is going to be kind of ugly, and we're going to do, this is going to be like nasty work for bots for quite a while. We can move all these labs over, and then rearrange these beacons in the middle so that the beacons can be, that's where one of the beacons wants to be, and then the beacon on, yeah, because we're building up surpluses of every kind of science at the moment. We want this to go faster, yeah. So, what do you... Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. We can actually just... Can we just deletion plan to this? We can just deletion plan to this, can't we? Everything will go back in the Logimall, and then when we request things out again, they'll come out of the Logimall, out of the storage, and preference to out of these provider chests. So we can just, yeah, we're just going to do... We're going to move all of this to the side by 1 square. I think this is going to be way more beacons than I need, but this is how many beacons I can have later. That one's actually not a particularly high value beacon. We'll just have a couple more for the moment, and then this whole pattern, if we flip this around and put it back, we've now got a bit more space in between our labs, which is nice. And they're all beaconed again, and then the substations are powering everything, and then the bots bringing all of this back. And now we've got... Yeah, because these beacons, like, these ones in the middle, they're hitting like 10 labs each. Is that 10? Is 12? 12 labs each, that's nice. These ones are still hitting 12 labs each, but we've got a pair of beacons in the middle hitting 12 labs each. So these labs are now 20, and these ones are 12. Yeah, so this is going to get us a lot more lab speed out, and still fits. We do need more of checking that I had these, yeah, Logimall stuff being a bit of a mess. This is all just straight up in the main grid as well. Like, there's actually, let's do 2 either side of this power pole, because that's a nice spammable pattern. Is this a spammable pattern? This is a lot more spam than I really think I need. I don't think I need this many roboports, but also, you know, let's support the bots, let's give them lots of roboports. I could have had charging stations in here as well, couldn't I? Whatever. That's going to be fine. Yeah. I'm just going to have a lot of charging stations in there. That actually, I was kind of expecting that to take longer and be less pleasant for the bots. So we're actually just going to do the other side now as well. Wasn't actually that tricky. This was not much of a job for, hey, this is going to take the bots ages. And then I'm going to get rid of these things. And then we're going to get this entire copy here. And then all these guys are done. Yeah, all these guys are done. So we're just going to blast all of this. And we can flip it around and match it up with these lab. Yeah, we line it up with the roboport that's over here. And now we've got much larger, and all the bots still going wild, but that's fine. We've now got significantly larger lab speed, and also the ability when we do need more to drop another six of these tier 3 beacons in here, which seems pretty good. And do I have anything that I don't want in my inventory? No. Yeah. So we've expanded our lab speed. That's cool. And then this little area over here is where we're launching all of our rockets, and this all mostly looks like it's fine. We're just waiting on RCUs, which is not surprising at all. These rocket silos have their RCUs, but these stack inserters are disabled because we don't... Oh, we're actually waiting on space science. Maybe I do need more RCUs. Oh well. So we might actually be waiting on space science to have all of this run anyway. Never mind. Okay. I'm still going to call that just like done. And oh wait, we're going to get rid of some of these. These just don't need to be here at all. We're pretty much done upgrading our bots, I think. So we're just going to run through this train, and then, yeah, let's go back to the kind of main base thing, and then go and pick up the things I think I need to go and do all the stuff I want over in the other direction. We're going to need landfill. I don't have... Why do I have all of this uranium stuff? I don't think I need that. So I think that can just go in there. These... Oh wait, I did see something that I needed to do with artificial energy crystals, didn't I? Was it... Yeah, because I wanted to take more advanced... Not advanced roboports. I wanted to take more charging stations over to the new Star Engine green ships build, and then noticed that these were needing artificial energy crystals, and I don't have artificial energy crystals in the network, and I'm not even sure that any of these stations... Yeah, I'm not even bringing them into the mall. Because I think there was a time where it was a bit of a mess, and somewhere down here in... Yeah, this train here, in this old bit of the base. I used to be training these about the place, and then realized I didn't need hardly any of them, and tried to pour them back into the original build, where we're also doing like liquid matrix stuff, and then I was apparently making... Oh, all of these don't need to be here anymore, do they? This is going to be some nice stuff to clean up. Let's also do the active provider trick for all of these things, because this is not a station that needs to exist anymore, I don't think. So we can just tidy all of this up completely. This crystal processing still does need to be here, but the thing that I realized that we were just going to do as a quick nasty hack is, if we do this, then we're going to... Like these ones are supposed to be topping up what the rest of the crystals need, except we're not even using them fast enough to go through the rest of this kind of backlog over here. So, I mean, I guess the other thing I could have done is also just active provided two of these boxes as well. And then all these ones are going to come back to the main grid, and we'll just be able to use those to make charging stations and anything else that needs them. And then we'll also have a robo supply here, which is also fine. And yeah, we'll eventually get around to, all of that will get simpler. Yeah, another interesting thing that we're just going to have to deal with at some point is a lot of these mining patches are just running down, which is, always a thing that's going to happen, but just a thing we have to deal with. Yeah, here's the other green chips build that we did. Okay, so I don't really have the charging stations that I need. Oh, well. We have... Yeah, then... Oh, yeah, that's right. I was getting space out of my inventory, wasn't I? Do I need... I don't think I need any of these modules. Oh, and then the failed train experiments. Oh, well. Actually, rather than... Oh, here's where the old grid blueprints are. Okay, fine. I guess we won't really need those later either. You can go in there. Then I've got a lot of train fuel, which is fine. And then I was getting rid of... Oh, yeah, I was getting rid of these things. And I guess a bunch of these things. And some number of these as well. Yeah, I think I've got some stone quarries. Cool. Yeah, just sure, fine. Let's take a bunch of things that we will need to go and build more grid stuff. And then let's head over to... There's a couple of other things I wanted to do today, and we're not actually getting that far through it yet. Oh well. Yeah, we can go over here. We want to turn our bots back on, get rid of this blueprint, and we are going to look at... Actually, there were a couple of things that I was quite interested in with this, because we did break this grid. Like, this is a separate RoboPort network, so the bots that are doing the bot build for the red chips just stay in this, green chips, just stay in this area. But the other thing that I found super interesting after I set this up is that the main grid lattice does move past. Like, it's not a full horizontal break like this is from the old wall section that we're not really doing anything with. Like, this doesn't really need to be here, but also we're not doing anything else with it, so whatever. But I think this means... Like, I'm getting... Through kind of... Okay, we don't have radar coverage. Okay, fine. Where's my train? Let's just swing in here, because there's some stuff that we want to do and talk about with this as well. But yeah, there's a couple of things that aren't really problems. These are more opportunities, in that we figured out that this, not this build, actually the limiting section of all of this is this heating unit over here. If I max out this heating unit, then this entire build will... Yeah, if I scale everything else up to match this one heating unit, I can get out something like 14 blue belts of green chips, which is a number that makes me pretty happy. Gives me a couple of problems. The first problem is that in terms of how many red chips we're making, we are not making, like, first of all, the ceramics are all the way over here and pretty dumb. Like, we need the ceramics to be a bit closer. So maybe we're moving all the green chips over here for red chips, but I don't think we are. But also, we're only making, like, 6 red belts of ceramics, which, if we're looking at the red chips recipe, yeah, we need as many ceramics as electronic circuits for our red circuits, which means I think we want even more ceramics, even though I think this is a lot of ceramics for the amount of stuff I want, because we've got 11 blue belts of green chips and then 6 red belts of ceramics. So I think first off we just want a lot more ceramics, and I think because of that, and then yeah, weird things about ceramics, I was scrolling all the way back over to the other side of the map again, the ceramics need... I wonder if we can see it here. Yeah, the ceramics need steam. And they need a lot of steam. Like, there's this whole setup of here of these liquid heat exchangers that are getting, in total, yeah, you can kind of see this kind of weird crab shape. I think there's like 9 offshore pumps over there that are providing enough steam to have this entire thing making all of its ceramics when it's actually running, but whatever. So the ceramics builds, yeah, the stone bit can go anywhere because it's just getting the stone out of these magic, hey, here's a pile of stone just coming out of the ground for free. It costs me these drill parts, but otherwise is not dependent on a stone patch, so that can go anywhere. But it needs proximity to water, which means I think maybe I'm building additional ceramics just for red chips, and I think they're going to go over here because I've got the water here, and this is also kind of where I'm trying to figure out where all of this stuff lines up, because I want another ceramics node over here that probably just does direct feed of ceramics into red chips, and there's some copper here, which is nice. So yeah, so the first problem is I'm now somewhat out of scale. Oh, actually, if green chip trains are turning up over here, does that mean that these green chip trains, yeah, this is no longer a green chip station, so you guys can just, yeah, with having these, and there's another train over here somewhere, probably, yeah, this is where the old green chip station used to be, and we've now pulled all of the green chips out of those trains, so that's fine. And so now, yeah, we'll put those back at some point, it's fine. Now we are running all the green chips from the base, from these star engines, from all the seawater, so that's nice. But yeah, so my first problem is not really scaled to ceramics. We're going to make more of that. My second problem is, like, I really like this build. I really like the way that this entire screen is, maybe I need some more beacons, maybe I need some more of these over here or whatever, but the only limiting factor that I can't do anything else about is the copper star engine heating unit, and my question is, why... Yeah, if I can get this up to 11 blue belts of green chips, and it is quite that's, you know, a decent amount, why, given blue chips are a big thing we're going to do with green chips anyway, why wouldn't I just copy all of this and find a square over here that's also got water on one side, and flip this around, and also just slap this in here and go, hey, this is my green chips for blue chips plan. Like, I think we're going to do that. I think that's straight up the plan. Like, we're going to build over the coal and over the uranium, but that's fine. And that's going to take us up to 28 blue belts of green chips, which is also pretty madness. And the reason we can't do that immediately is because we've got to do this in 2 stages, because the extra landfill we put in to put down this beacon and this separator invalidates some of these offshore pumps. But I think we can still start that by just grabbing, like, this is going to be, if we don't get too much of this, actually we need to do this with the blueprint because we need to get the tiles, and then we're going to have to pull out some of the rail to be able to get the other... Yeah, we're going to have to pull out the rail to get some of these other, like, the extra bonus reactors. Do we actually need to worry about that? I don't think we do. Okay, so this is... Like, I think this just goes straight up, goes in here. And then we just build... Like, I don't think we build the rest of this thing yet, but that's where it's going to go. But this is all pretty happy. Yes, a couple of other things that changed in between, which we should talk about briefly, which is why these things are inactive. And yeah, this big circuit connection is also why I wanted these poles here, because we are reading the contents of this tank. And when this tank is full, as in when we've got, like, way more iron than we need, as well as the iron in the request chests, then... Oh yeah, This is why I was doing this in a Spidertron. Where is the... Is this the spider? Yeah, these are... Okay, so we're going to have... So this is build spider, which is currently all the way over there. Yeah, so you want to stay over here. You want to just go there. And then this other spider that's going to turn up is actually a group of like 4 other spiders, which is one of the other combat wings of spiders. But never mind, we're going to use it to like get around this bit of the landfilly section. Yeah, all of these inserters that are inserting fuel are checking that I have, like, that I've not maxed out that tank. And then, so there's still a bunch of heat in these pipes. These things have, actually not very much. The oil refineries do cache quite a lot of stuff. And then there's also these tanks that are also filled with the protium. And then we've got, yeah, this train station over here is also... This is also now a properly circular uranium train that will bring... that's actually the recycling section. Yeah, we'll bring in uranium fuel and the station will turn on whenever we need that. And then we've got a recycling system for different kinds of fuel, because I wasn't really paying attention to what I, like, seeded this first thing with. And then, yeah, then there's the... Like, as well as the protium that the star engine needs, there's various other useful offshoots which we are saving in these tanks. Deuterium, and then even less than that, tritium, and then this station here will activate when we've got... I mean, let's give this a decent amount. 15,000? Actually, I think I just want to set this to 1,000 for them. Okay, that's still like ages away. Yeah. Because this is what this other train over here is for. This has got the tritium and deuterium and is going to take it back to the other fusion research place. Yeah, here's my other spiders that I'm going to use to like move around this thing. Let's get in this lead spider. It's got some friends. We've got a lot of lasers with us now, so this is kind of a combat thing when we were doing combat things. Oh yeah, there was a... Yeah, this is... Actually, I can do this from the... I left a train there. Okay. We are going to send this Spidertron. I think we're going to be over here, and we're going to build out that bit of the grid. And then for haste, I think I also just wanted more of these, like, here. Did I bring all of the things that I needed for this? Not sure. But yeah, this is... We're gonna see the green chips build kick off a little more, but there's still... Like, we're not really using... We are definitely not using the 11 green belts for that stuff. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, so that's pretty much everything we wanted to do with the Star Engine. Let's also join these Spidertrons. I've got the landfill. The build train has a lot of stuff as well, doesn't it? I think that means... Okay, give me this train back. Get in the Spidertron. Go and build the rest of this stuff out. Do I have... I have some rail. Okay, good. Because the rail is going to be the other thing that we need to be able to get the build train in here to combine with all of this stuff. Like, yeah, here's the other Spidertron. You probably want some landfill. This other Spidertron can go down this way. Oh, that was the wrong Spidertron. That Spidertron wants to go down that way. Let's also find where this blueprint is and stamp that back. And oh yeah, I ran out of... Yeah, but the reason we wanted to get all of that in is because now we can get this build train, and this build train has rail, and it has cliff explosives, and it has these things that I kind of carried over here myself and kind of did or didn't want to. Yeah, so I've got... not landfill. Did I not get landfill? Did I? Oh, I didn't give that guy landfill. Okay, fine. This... Yeah, we can just kind of Spidertron build all this stuff, and this guy's going to struggle with the corner for a bit. Oh, well. Why have you not... That's all the landfill that I had? Okay. Did this train have landfill? I think this train might have had landfill. And we can just also now bring this over here. Okay, fine. So where is it this blueprint? And this blueprint was going here. And this gave me... I think this is the blueprint that hopefully gives me enough alignment. Oh, it didn't give... Yeah, okay, so we do have... Yeah, we do have some of the stuff here. And this is also the train with the other star engine bits in it. Okay, cool. So... This build spider can go over here. I'm going to wander down here. Do they have... Oh yeah, I didn't give that build spider... Okay, I didn't give that spider any landfill, so that's also the wrong spider. Good job. Yeah, we're going to build all of this stuff. Where is the other spider? Here's the other spider. Because we want to... How many bots do you have? You've got 12 bots. I've got... Okay, let's more evenly divide these bots. You can have... I still need... Yeah, I still just need more landfill. That's going to be a thing that we wanted to do as well. You go down there and build all of that, and then we can again try and put this blueprint in somewhere. But I also... Yeah, this is... I think this is going to give me enough alignment to be... Oh, actually, yeah. Definitely these heat pipes do. So now we can get the first... Yeah, this is the first stage of... This is the first stage. And it looks like... Yeah, all the pumps are in here, so all of that has worked out fine enough. That's not the blueprint I want. This one is... It's the one with... Yeah, the one with 3 reactors. Because some of the offshore pumps do actually block... Yeah, some of the offshore pumps in here do actually block the other reactors. Okay, so we've run out of landfill, so that's a bit of a shame. The Spidertron has also run out of landfill. Okay, also a disappointment. Okay, so I think when we get around to blue chips, that's going to be a thing that we'll do. I mean, this is all a bit silly because the blue chips aren't even a thing that we want in this scale yet anyway. But mostly, the other thing I wanted to look at was where are... Okay, so let's get... You can come back up here. Where are the roboports? And can we... Yeah, I think it's going to be possible to maintain the roboport connection through the bottom half of this and then switch the roboport connection to the top half and make sure that we've got a little isolated group of logistics network robots up here doing the green chips for just green chips, and then another little separate logistic network of green chips doing green chips for blue chips, which is fine, and then another cohesive network of roboport coverage through that. Do I have, I in fact do not have a train fuel... I do not have a train fuel station in this section yet. That's another thing we've got to do. Because, yeah. So I think one of... Actually, let's... Hopefully we can get out here and not fall in the water and die. Yeah, good. Okay, we're going to... Oh, this is actually... Yeah, we're going to... The rest of that stuff isn't actually built yet, so we're going to struggle. But... Can we wander back over here? Because there was a thing that I realized. Which is getting towards last things, and these weren't even the last things I was going to do today, but never mind. I wanted to do something with... Yeah, and then we also still need to bring some things, and they're also... It's a distinct network, so we have to actually bring the things here. Yeah, the thing I realized after looking at this and deciding how much I liked this much here as a green chips pattern, and we can go and put it in the other networks so that it won't actually bring us stuff, but I don't actually want to build this. the thing I liked about this as a green chips pattern is I realized that I can also do this as, like, I was thinking about what red chips patterns I wanted, and I think we're just going to do this as a red chips pattern as well, but we don't need all of these coils if we're doing red chips like this. I should have left some of them so that I could, never mind. Yeah, we can still do a 1 to 3 pretty happily if we do something like this. And then, where's the copper? Here's the copper. So I think something like, and I don't even, yeah, I'm gonna have space to not even need to substation power these at this point. And I think this is going to be the pattern we're going to use for red chips, and I think this means we're going to break the grid again to do red chips. But the thing I like about this pattern, not like that, I guess we just copy this much of it and flip it. Yeah, this is still pretty well ratioed. Each of these is still hitting a lot of assemblers, especially when we scale this out to this side. And then we're still doing kind of direct insertion things, we're still doing bot things, we're going to get a lot of red chips out of this. I think this is the pattern, but the conclusion that I came to for if I'm doing this as a red chips pattern, which I quite like, is that these green chips trains might be taking green chips from a dedicated green chips node that doesn't have train fuel in it, because I was going to do that on the other side, to a different node somewhere else that might still not have train fuel in it. So I think what I need to do is, and how far does this, doesn't actually go very far at all, does it? Like, I was going to request train fuel here from this grid, except that I don't even have, and then like belt it in here and put boxes in here, except that's not really working too well either. Maybe I just bring train fuel into the red chips. Oh well, never mind. I think, I've got some amount of, okay, let's get rid of these and get in this train and go and visit, first of all, actually not these Spidertrons, this Spidertron. Which I can't. But that's fine, because I can have the Spidertron meet me here and build some of that stuff along the way. No, I actually want to keep that train, don't I? Yeah, because I wanted to give this Spidertron, you know, more construction materials, because now we can have this Spidertron just go and build more stuff. Why do you have green chips? Why do you have... whatever, I don't even know what you're doing. Okay, so, the thing I was hoping I was going to be able to do, which I might actually not be able to do, the build train is also in the way, but that's fine. Yeah, we can now, having given the spider... actually, does the Spidertron... okay. The Spidertron will be able to go and build a lot of this stuff, because, like, I don't know if I have done the landfill, so I can actually get trains around here now as well, which is nice. I don't have, yeah, so there's still landfill that it needs, but we knew that was a thing anyway. This is, yeah, we want to go and catch this train. So the other train we've kind of left in the way, which was a bit silly, but never mind. But we also shouldn't have all that many other trains on this bit of the network. But this train, yeah, this train here, with the tritium and the deuterium, I want to do something with this, which might end up being the last thing of this episode. And then, yeah, I guess we just keep this build spider continuing to do things over here, and then we just get, is it this? Yeah, it's this one with the landfill, isn't it? And we just have the build spider build all of this, and that's all kind of fine. That's a thing we can kind of multitask. This... yeah, I think we can get out of here. Yeah, we can get out of here. This is fine. We want to go visit power grid stuff. Is this... yeah, this here is the research users thing. I reckon we want to take this train somewhere over here. Because we've got the station where we're getting all of the extra deuterium and tritium out of the star engine stuff, except that we don't have a whole lot of it at the moment because the green chips aren't really running. Spidertron is still just going to do a bit of a loop around and keep building us grid. Even though it's missing... Oh, it's now missing track. Is it missing track, or is it just... Yeah, it's just not staying in one place long enough to have the bots that it has go and build everything. So we might need to do a couple more sweeps, but whatever, it's fine. Let's go check on those... Let's go and check on those labs, because they should... Yeah, this is what the labs look like now. They're kind of weird. It's... Okay, so we've got through the backlog of purple science, which is nice. And then if we look at... Not that thing, this thing. Hopefully we can see a bit of a jump in production. Okay, so that's not what we wanted to look at. We wanted to look at consumption, and apparently we've filled up the blue science buffers. So this is going to be the new rate of things that are good, but we are below that because we have used up... Who's not running, and why are they not running? These guys have everything they need. All of these things are running, so why... Why is my science now lower than the baseline I was hitting previously? Oh, the beacons have run out of stuff. Yeah, so we did beacon this better. It's just that these guys have run out of red chips. Because we spent all this time, not building the next big red chips thing that we wanted to build. Cool. But in any case, the goal for this stuff here is, I've got these over in this whole research fuser area. We are putting these kind of high value fusion component things in tanks that I haven't really figured out what I'm doing with yet. We're saving all of it for something special, whatever, but we've also got a lot more of it now turning up from the star engine, and so I think we're going to do... Can I put another train station just like right here? I don't think that's in the way of anything. I think that works. I don't have train stations, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we're just going to get another... Yeah, let's get 2 more train stations with... Do I not have pumps either? Why do I not have pumps? Hopefully the logistics network will have pumps. This was going to be enable train limit 1, and actually this is going to be a train that probably sits in this station most of the time, because the other station over by the star engine is only going to activate when it's got stuff to deliver here. But I think we're going to call this... we're going to... Yeah, warehouse is the convention we're using for this, isn't it? Yeah. Warehouse, what was he... It's not surplus fusion bits, it's warehouse fusion bits. Train limit 1, and then this train here can just go to warehouse fusion bits. Empty. Okay, so now we've got these two we've got these 2 tanks here, which we can then also just, at some point, am I even doing this now? I don't know if I'm doing this now. Move this stuff to these tanks, and then this circuit condition on the pump will make sure that we've always got the same amount of stuff for each of them, because the other recipes like match these parts, but then there's an overflow for one of them which we're also processing, so whatever. We do have a lot of fusion tech. Okay, cool. Yeah, so is that... And then all of... Huh, the amount of tritium I have is so little that it still just fits in a pump. Okay, fine. So we've got a lot of capacity to just kind of bank this stuff at the moment, and then don't really know what else I'm doing with it. Is that... I think that's kind of everything that we were going to do at this point. Yeah, a lot of these train stations are running down. Oh, even this one. Yeah. Running down a lot of their mining drills, which is interesting. But also, whatever. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's probably most of everything we were going to do today. There's... Like, because there's a lot more stuff to just go and build now in ways that are not going to be particularly interesting. We've got... Yeah, so we're going to have more Star Engine stuff here doing more green chips that we're just going to use for blue chips when we get around to it. Oh yeah, that was the thing I was looking at, wasn't it? It was... Where am I putting lots of ceramics? And I think it's going to be over here. I think we're going to take even some of this water. Maybe some of this water? Not sure which. Spidertron, come over here. Because... This whole ceramics build over here needs like 2 grid nodes. And it also gets... It also is the train station that gets drills in, so I think all of that is going to be what we want. And I think... Like, I don't think we're putting it on a train, but I think the thing we're doing... And I don't know if I want all of those red undergrounds, is... We're just going to grab this entire node, because these grids are the same, and wander over to where we're thinking about putting the... Yeah, here's going to be good. We flipped this around twice, so it's running the other way. Oh, I pressed the map view. I did not want to press the map view. I still wanted to be in this view, because we've got to put it all the way over here. Yeah, this is going to be... Oh, that's going to have... It's going to have the drills in a place that I don't actually want the station. Maybe we do just put it around this way. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We make sure this actually lines up. We have... Yeah, we build all of that stuff. This train station goes here. Then... all of these belts need to run the other way. All of this stuff needs to run out this side so that it's near the water that we need for the steam to make the ceramics. But I think this is going to be a plan to just build even more ceramics. In fact, can we... Yeah, this is going to be a plan that will work out fine. If we can just Control X all of this. Okay, we need the Spidertron in the middle of it so we can have visibility of all of it. Like, we need to reverse all the belts in the middle, and the way we're going to do that is we're just going to reverse the entire build and then line these up with where they used to be, because we left a row of quarries to put those back. And yeah, now we've got places where we're going to have the stone we need for the ceramics. We're going to have another ceramics build over here, which is going to be a copy paste of the last one. We've got the water we need. We've got a train station that will bring us the drill bits that we need. I wonder if this guy even has train stations on him. Oh, it doesn't have train stations, and it's also out of... Yeah, so there's a lot of things we need to bring and move around the place. And then the main thing we need to do, which ironically we kind of started the episode with in a way that was kind of silly that we then forgot about, or at least didn't really utilize, is we need to figure out how to get plastic in here as well. But yeah, we'll probably do that over here or something. Maybe we do want to do this around the other way. But we've got some copper here to do some red chip stuff. We'll be able to bring a train of green chips in. There's more grid builds to do. Have the beacons turned back on again. I don't have beacons over here anyway. Yeah, we'll go back to the core. And we'll call the episode there, and we'll check on... I don't have beacons over there. I don't have beacons over there. Here are beacons? Yeah. We are still just struggling for red chips to have the beacons work, because the beacon energy depends on red chips. I mean, 16,000? Okay, go and take that 16,000, sure. Do we have... So wait, why are you guys... oh, I don't... Oh, okay. So we solved the artificial energy crystal problem, but then we also still just need more red chips to make more roboports. Okay, fine. And then hopefully the science is at least still running, because we just need to continue working through that. Yeah, but we are kind of running down the purple science a bit. Okay, never mind. Yeah, yeah, some more stuff to build, and then I think we are at the point where we've got... Yeah, so we've got a pattern for the red chips that I'm pretty happy about. There's a lot of other plugging in of stuff to do. There's a star engine for the blue chips pattern that I'm also kind of happy with. There's a lot of other stuff to line up before we come back and actually build a bunch of red chips. But I think we're okay. I think this is in... You know, we are progressing. We are getting some things done. Bots are complaining about not having... Oh yeah. Bots are complaining about not having a lot of things. So yeah, there's just... Actually, let's get this build train back. Did I ever take the things off the build train? Does that build train still have all the... The build train still has all the stuff that I wanted to give to the Spidertron. Cool. Okay. Actually, this build train doesn't... Okay, not yet. There should be... Yeah, there is actually a very large west grid station where I can just drop off all those materials. And because this is still all... Like, it bypasses this grid, but it means the house bots for this network, of which there are not any? Okay, need to take them some bots as well, because I was hoping that these bots would be able to help build me the construction grid, and it turns out we don't actually have any bots there, so we've got to do something about that as well. But yeah, lots of kind of infrastructure. We'll go and build a bunch of infrastructure, and then we'll come back and actually do some more red chips builds. It's probably starting with plastic, because we need that as well. But yeah, lots of things. Episode 73, 248K Ribbon World run, lots of things.